D11 Sports presents St. Luke's Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Basketball action is the boys semifinals. We got a good one in game number one. The Wilson Warriors 13-4 and 16-6 overall. Notre Dame comes in at 15-2 and 17-5 overall. It's our D11sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Hi and welcome everyone. Al DiCarlo Bentanis with you. So glad you could join us. We don't want one. We got two tonight and two great matchups. Palmerton suddenly had to follow. This is the 3 versus the 2 seed. Two teams that have met twice in about a week. We were supposed to have it the first game of the year, and it didn't happen because, of issues, and then all of a sudden they play twice in a couple days.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's kind of set up like an NBA series. They've both won one now, and, it's a little mini series. We'll see who wins the rubber match.
Well, we'll see indeed. Wilson Warriors under head coach Mike Glovis in his 6th year, 82-56. They have won 5 of their last 6. They got a quarterfinal round win against Salisbury by the score of 45-38. Nashawn Jones, one of the key players for the Warriors.
Yeah, Nashawn Jones has been doing it all year. Right from the get-go, the start of the year, you could see how dynamic he was as a scorer. He's got height, he's got range. He can do a little bit of everything, and he's going to look to put up a lot of numbers tonight.
Well, for the Notre Dame Crusaders, as the number 2 seed, Pat Boyle, he's been at it for a long time, 26 years to be exact. 461 and 223. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. They beat Wilson in that game the last time they played. They haven't played in a while, in about a week and a half or so, 61-59. We will highlight Zach Rogers, who will be the go-to guy really tonight.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see if that layoff is really going to help them with the absence of Brendan Boyle. I shouldn't say the absence. He's got a chance to play tonight, but I really feel like Rogers played a great game the last time out when they played Wilson. Down the stretch, he made some big plays, including a big play on a pick and roll to get the winning basket.
We expect a great matchup here in game number 1 to see who moves on to the championship. That will be held on Friday night at Freedom High School. It's our D11sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Wilson, Notre Dame, yours next.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil, delivery you can count on.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
We are back here at Catasauqua High School. I want to thank Tom Moll for his hospitality once again. By the way, the food came out, but we already went on the air. A little disappointed on that. I forgot about it. I'll have to eat maybe between games. We'll have to wait and see. Karen Lencheski from Notre Dame, A.J. Monsman from Southern Lehigh. They're here courtside for their first report. Guys?
Thanks, guys. We are here courtside at Catasauqua for the Colonial League semifinal game between the Wilson Warriors and the Notre Dame Crusaders. This is the 3rd matchup here within the last 2.5 weeks. I got a chance to talk to Coach Boyle beforehand, and he said we really need to get our rebounds in the game. That way we can have the strongest, both offensively and defensive. AJ, tell me a little bit about what the Warriors head coach said to you.
Yeah, I talked to Wilson Warriors, head coach Mike Glovis, and he said, Notre Dame is a great defensive team, and, he just wants to try and compete with them on the defensive end of the floor. It really doesn't matter who plays for him in the rotation. But after 3 consecutive games, they're just trying to make adjustments and match them personnel. And, this grudge match here, 3 times in the past week and a half should be a great game, and we're happy to cover it. Back to you guys.
All right, AJ and Kieran, thanks a lot. We'll hear from them again at halftime with their halftime thoughts as well. And, as far as this matchup is concerned, obviously, Ben, we know, they're rivals. B, on top of being rivals, they just faced off against each other. C, on top of that, it's a chance to go into the championship game. You know what it's about. You've been there. We talk about Suddenly I and Bangor, really, the teams that have been there, for the last 6 or 7 years. And Suddenly I has a chance, in the nightcap. But, when you go head-to-head and when you battle, should be an interesting matchup. Now, all the talk's been centered around Brendan Boyle. His left hand, it's not his shooting hand, it's his guiding hand. Same time, he brings up the ball. There's a lot. His role is going to change considerably. He is not in the starting lineup. I don't even know if he's warming up. I believe he is. He is warming up. But, how much we see him could be a lot if he feels okay, but it could be not a lot.
Yeah, and if you're Wilson, you got to kind of just put that out of your mind. Like, you got to be ready to play him just the way you just played him, knowing that he's not going to be playing. And if he plays, then you're going to have to adjust a little bit. But he's not going to be 100% even if he is able to play. So both teams, got to try to eliminate that from their minds and just play their game. But like you said, it's going to be a great matchup. The past 2 games have been fantastic. So, with all of this on the line, you just want to be able to give yourself a chance at the end of the year to play in those championship games. And both of these teams have an opportunity to do that tonight.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll check our starting lineups and our keys to the game. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. A good one for you, Wilson, Notre Dame, next.
At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil, delivery you can count on.
We are back here at Catasauqua High School, getting ready for the opening tip of game number 1. So glad you could join us. Al DiCarlo, Ben Tanis with you. And with that, let's take a look at our keys to the game for tonight. And we begin with the Wilson Warriors.
So looks like Wilson wants to rebound and limit second chance points and be patient on offense and take great shots. It's a good one. When you get into these games, you want to be that player that makes that big splash, and you got to make sure that you're able to settle yourself in and take good shots, not just a shot you want for yourself. For Notre Dame, they want to play good defense on Gibson and Jones and play to their role without Brendan. So they need someone to step up, but they can't have everybody trying to step up and fill his role. So I know that's something that they're going to have to figure out here with only having played really one full game without him.
Well, obviously excitement brewing in the air and a nice crowd on hand as well. We're at 2 locations tonight. We're also in the Schuylkill League playoffs. Those Schuylkill League playoffs take place tonight. That is on girls' side, and that is at Martz Hall in Pottsville. So we have a chance to watch both on the live streaming aspect of the games. Again, the nightcap of this one will be Southern Lehigh taking on Palmerton. That expects to be a great showdown despite Southern Lehigh winning both meetings. Here they split. They're a little bit different, where Southern Lehigh won both occasions. And the last 2, by championships, wondering, Bangor's won 6, Saucon Valley 5, Salisbury 5. And last year it was 83-75 Bangor over Notre Dame. Right now we pause on Honor America with the playing of our national anthem. We got the best seats in the house. We're right at midcourt, but at the same time, we can't stand for the national anthem. We did, but that was very hard, by the way. My legs, I need to do a couple more extra squats here.
Yeah, we had a little bit of a gracefulness there to us. Got to hit yoga up a little bit more.
All right, let's take a look at our starting five as they get introduced. Again, everyone's checking in on the starting five, and it'll be Nashawn Jones, Shamel Gibson, Eric Shunk, Caden Stem, and Anthony Shaw. The starting five for Wilson. Again, given to us and not expecting to see a start for Brendan Boyle, but that could always change. Zach Rogers, Jaden Becker, Sean Howlett, Chase Marks, and Lucas Altmeyer, your starting five for tonight's game.
Yeah, and when you look at Wilson, there's a lot of talk around Jones, but Gibson is a fantastic player. He's a great point guard and really can make a lot of things happen out there. And then another guy who's been coming on pretty strong for them has been Anthony Shaw. He's only a sophomore, sitting at 6'3", but averaging about 10.5 points recently, and he can really impact the game as well.
So as the starting five get introduced, I want to thank Reichenbach Oil. Today's championship brought to you by Reichenbach Oil, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mentioned you heard us on the D11 Sports broadcast and receive $25 off your next oil delivery. By the way, got my oil delivered today. I was out, came back, and it was delivered by Reichenbach. Right on par. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. If you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out d11sports.com. Follow your dream, get close to the action, take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at d11sports.com. We are underway, and the rubber match. Again, the games played 76-71 Wilson back on February 4th, 61-59 for Notre Dame. That was on the 8th, and that was played without Brendan Boyle. And underway, quick pass underneath. Quick passing here to start things off. Just can't buy a bucket here in the early going. 3 opportunities there for the Crusaders.
Yeah, that was a good find there by Rogers. Becker's got to finish that one.
On the other side, that was Shamel Gibson, who scored 26 in the first meeting, gets started.
Gibson has so much bounce to his game. He can really get to the rim very quickly.
Outside 3, that one a little bit long by Howlett. Ball ricochets, come towards us. And I mentioned Boyle was not starting. Boyle is starting.
He is starting. It was the big mystery. It's been answered.
So Boyle in the lineup, and his left hand is taped heavily. And Ben, you're watching him here. How tough is it for him knowing, again, you don't know, even though it's wrapped, how he's going to feel, a vibration, anything like that?
It's going to be real tough, especially with the way that he is used to and accustomed to playing it, which is handling the basketball most of the time. To be able to take away half your body, it's pretty difficult.
One thing that we know that he's not going to do is bring up the basketball. That takes a lot, but just getting the ball in his hands and being able to just toss that up towards him.
Yeah, I'm hoping they practice a bunch of him being able to catch and be able to catch in comfort.
Inside out they go. That was a walk. I can call that one. That one I knew. Coach, I'm good with that one. That's what I do when I drive with my kids, and I say, that was not a walk. That was my kids saying that. Come on.
That was a good closeout there by Shaw.
Just underway, a 2-0 lead here for the Warriors. Down underneath on the kick out. Couldn't handle it momentarily and then gets it right back. A little bump and go. That one popped away. And over to Howlett.
Good one shot and done by Notre Dame. Boards are going to be huge. Both coaches talked about that in the beginning of the game.
That one knocked away. So Crusaders having some trouble here in the early going. And in the lane, that one off the mark. Ball tipped on a couple of occasions. Second one is up, and that one is good by Nashawn Jones. So 4-0 lead. As Rogers lost the handle.
Yeah, Coach Boyle talked about how in the last meeting that they won, they only got off 40-some shots as opposed to Wilson's 60. So they got to limit the turnovers, and early on here, they've already committed about 3 or 4.
Jones passes that one up. Ball tipped away. Another opportunity here for the Warriors. Boyle goes down. Interesting, Boyle leads the team, in taking charges, and it was a charge. And the basket scored by Eric Shunk. It was a charge that injured his hand.
It was a good take there by Shunk. Wilson's doing a good job of incorporating their other guys into the game early on here, not just relying on Jones and Gibson.
Howlett just buried his 23rd three-pointer of the season.
Yeah, and Hallett's a guy that they're going to need to step up and do a lot of the scoring with Boyle out.
Here's Shaw. Shaw's really picked up his game, only a sophomore. They'll get it over to Shaw. Shaw tries to battle inside, a whistle and a foul.
They're getting a lot of touches for their big guys in early on. And here's one where we're just going to go block-to-block pass. It was a good find by number 11 there, Shunk. And then Shaw was patient enough to get off a good shot. Nice move.
Shaw at 67%.
11, Davis, solid 12, Colin Boyle, 24, Chase Marks.
So Colin Boyle checks into the game, wearing number 12. 2 for Shaw, increases the lead to 8-3. Come near side, now going up top. Found a little lane, waited too long for it, maybe. Was Rogers as he hesitated. And they'll give Wilson an opportunity coming the other way.
There's another turnover that Wilson is looking to take advantage of. They got out quickly.
Well, Ben, we've seen a lot of shots taken. We talked to Coach Boyle, and I believe he said Wilson took about 67 shots in the last game. That's a lot of shots.
Yeah, and it's on turnovers and right now offensive rebounds. That's where you get those extra possessions, those extra shots.
That three will not fall for Gibson. A rebound, a jump ball, and possession stays with the Warriors.
And Notre Dame's got to be more committed to boxing out. They're outclassed as far as size and athleticism goes out there, and they're not doing a good job at all of finding bodies and making sure they box out.
So 3:14 on the clock, opening quarter. It's an 8-3 advantage. There's a turnover, and it's picked up by Rogers. And Ben, how tough is it? You don't see Boyle in the game right now, right? But you played your last game without Boyle. When you're used to him playing 4 years of basketball, and hey, I look over, number 2's always there, and he's not. How tough is it for these, and again, these practices must have been interesting over the last week or so to say, hey, whether he goes or not, he won't be 100%. So you guys got to build around what you have.
And I think it's even more difficult in a playoff game like this, where he's got so much experience that when things are tough, they can just defer to him.
On the reverse, coming through is Chase Marks.
It was a good find by Rogers after, he's got to find himself a little bit. Like I said, in the last matchup, I feel like they played really well.
Offensive foul. Things are starting to change here. The crowd's starting to get a little bit more involved. And you mentioned Rogers. Rogers is averaging almost 6 assists a game.
Yeah, he's very crafty with the basketball, and he's always got his head up and can find the extra man. That last possession there, Colin Boyle, is matched up with Jones, and Jones just kind of pushed off to get open, and that was the foul call.
Approaching the 2-minute mark, driving the lane unscathed is Howlett. He's got 5, cuts the lead to 1.
That's good finish, and if you're Coach Glovis, when talking about defense and how defense was going to win this game, you can't allow a guy to drive to his strong hand right down the middle of the lane.
Three, no for Jones. Right now, the boards have been controlled on the offensive side by the Warriors, getting second and third opportunities. And Jones has 4.
And as the game mounts, that just becomes enormous because it's a huge deflator when teams are just able to get constant second chance points.
Rogers gives that one up, and a little floater on the baseline won't go for Howlett. Game number 1 of 2. Girls will tip off tomorrow night here from Catasauqua. Final 50 seconds. Nice feed inside. Once you get Jones down there, he is very tough interior. He averages 21 points a game. He's got 6.
Yeah, and you can see why, because he's a guy who can bring the basketball up and initiate offense, and then when they put a guard on him, they can post him up like they are right here, and he's able to just do a little drop step and finish. So he's a matchup nightmare because you put a bigger guy on him, he's going to be able to go outside, and that's just going to be tough to handle.
Glad you could join us here for our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. First quarter brought to you by Reichenbach Oil. Celebrating over 100 years of providing Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mentioned you heard us on the D11 Sports Game broadcast and receive $25 off your next delivery. Tempo, first part of this game. What are you seeing here?
Well, I think that Wilson wanted to get out and get up and down, but I think they're realizing if they play a half-court game now, they're going to be able to get any shot that they want. And then, if they don't make that shot, a lot of times they're going to be coming up with the offensive rebound. So we might look to see them play a little bit more half-court, whereas Notre Dame might start to try to pick up the pace.
Final 35 seconds. It was an 8-3 advantage. That changed. A couple baskets by the Crusaders. Marks, nowhere to go, finally gives it up. Gets it over to Rogers. Now Howlett, hand in his face. Marks can't control that one. Now does. Gives it right back and driving through. Not the first time. Second effort. That one is good for Dame Vassallo.
A little taste of their own medicine, extra chance points there. Big number 11 being able to stay after and stay on the offensive glass.
At the buzzer, doesn't go. Contact not made. 12-9 Wilson after 1. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil, delivery you can count on.
We are back, first quarter, in favor of Wilson, 12-9, and Boyle remains on the bench. All right, so you saw Boyle play. He went down on one of the hits. He's out of the game right now. Did he kind of feel, all right, let me come out? Take us through what you think is happening here.
I think that he's just not obviously at 100%. So I think if he can't do that, it almost hurts the team a little bit more, just because they can't get into a rhythm of how to play with him in this new way.
In traffic, that one gets knocked away. Good defense, but still with the basketball. And then that one picked up, almost stolen away by the Warriors. They got numbers. And Notre Dame gets it right back again.
They did a great job on the scramble drill there, being able to figure out possession of the ball.
A wide open look at a three, but maybe sometimes, I always say, sometimes when it's too wide open, sometimes it's not the shot that you take. Well, Rogers has had a great year once again.
Yeah, and I think Rogers is, he's not used to handling the basketball as much as he is now, and that's taken a little bit more out of him. So that kind of shot there, maybe he's feeling his legs a little bit there.
Boyle checks back into the game. Rogers takes a breather here at 12-9 from the corner, and that is going to be a foul on a three. And sometimes the last thing you want to do as a coach, does that irk you as a coach?
Yeah, I mean, Boyle's been doing a good job on his contests and on defense. He's putting a lot of effort into it, but you never want to foul a three-point shooter that way, and let him see the ball go through the net. I mean, there's times if guys get hot that you want to put them on the floor to make sure you're there, but you got to let them knock down a few first.
Substitution 33, Lucas Altmaier.
Westbrooks makes the first two. Brady Westbrook's only a freshman.
Yeah, and in that last game to bring Notre Dame back, he had 3 threes in the fourth quarter, so you can definitely shoot the ball.
Here are 3 free throws, and it's 15-9. Howlett, nowhere to go. Back outside, and getting the roll is Vassallo, the sophomore.
Yeah, and he's been solid since he's come in. That's his second bucket there. And on the defensive side of things, he's able to shore up getting those rebounds a little bit better for Notre Dame.
Getting loose is Shaw. Spin moves and then gets fouled. Boy, Shaw's showing he's long, coming through the lane like that.
Yeah, and that was a great move. Again, only as a sophomore. He's really coming on strong here. He's able to get this basketball, drive to his right. He knows he's going to set him up with the spin move the whole time. That's a pretty nifty finish, too, to be able to come back to his left hand and get the foul.
First one good for Shaw. Now, and the second one, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He's at 67%. 17-11 here at the 6:30 mark. Howlett, nice dish across at one. Count it for the basket by Lucas Altmaier.
And here's Howlett again going to his right hand. That seems to be where he's most comfortable. Last time he was able to finish, drew everybody there and was able to find an and one for his teammate. Those are the plays that Hallett's going to have to make. He can't just be a scorer. He's going to have to be that playmaker as well and make things a little bit easier for everybody else.
Altmaier converts, 17-14.
With a substitution 5, Shamel Gibson.
Go, Mal, be aggressive. So a 3-point game, 6:12 left. That one well off the mark. Ball bobbled a couple of occasions. They kick it back out. It goes over to Boyle. Boyle actually used his left hand, goes up, can't convert. And traveling call.
And Boyle got excited there. He had some open space in front of him, knew he could let loose a little bit and try and get to the bucket.
From the corner, that one won't go. That's a steal for Boyle. Coming the other way, Boyle will get it, goes up. And he will go to the free throw line for the first time.
And those are the kind of plays that make you scared because, you said he broke his hand with his falling on it, taking a charge. It's a natural reaction to try to catch yourself with your left hand there, and that's his broken wrist.
Hits his first points of the night. That has to feel good. 84% from the free throw line. I was looking at Pat Boyle when he went down, and it's such a hesitant, as a father. You're a coach, but you're a father, right? And he's just looking. He's like, all right, is he okay? And you can see that.
Yeah, it's got to be scary on both accounts there.
Now Boyle again. Drives down low, nothing there. On the kick out. And Rogers will tee it up on the three. That one no good. And it'll remain Notre Dame basketball. Mike Lovis not happy.
I think if Rogers would have swung that one more time, he would have had Hallett open for a three. It looks like Notre Dame is starting to open up their offense a little bit here.
Here's Boyle. Outside they go. Howlett. Yes. Howlett with the basket. He's got 7 points. And guess what? We're tied at 17 apiece with 5 minutes and change.
Yeah, we talked about the long layoff. Notre Dame did not get to play in that quarterfinal round. So it looks like they kind of shook off the rust a little bit, and now they're starting to get into a little bit of a better flow.
Long range three is cotton for Shamel Gibson, his 50th three-pointer of the season.
Yeah, and he can really shoot it, and they run a really good offense with their guards and having a three-man weave there. And he was able to come off a screen and knock it down.
Another turnover for the Crusaders. As we approach the midway point of quarter number 2. Gibson. That's a tough shot to take for Gibson. Thought maybe he got tagged. Outlet pass to Howlett. Howlett goes straight to the window and scores. Well, Howlett's giving them their extra right now that they need.
Yeah, and there's Notre Dame getting out in transition again, and I think that's kind of what they want to get into, but they got to get stops and rebounds to be able to continue to play that style.
Gibson on the kick out. Here's Jones. Nails it for three.
And these teams are so accustomed to playing each other. Like Coach Glovis talked, they know what they do. They know their kind of defense, and they are a good defensive team, but with Notre Dame's pressure, they were able to run a couple backdoor sets there, and that's what's opening up their shots.
That's a great shot there by Altmaier off the dribble. He's got 5.
Starting to get a good back and forth going here with the comfort of these two teams knowing each other so well. Rivalry starting to open up a little bit.
From the corner, that one off the mark, a rebound. Tell you what, Dane Valsalo, he's been playing well. His minutes being played here. Down to 2:40 and counting. Rogers.
Nope. Same spot.
Altmaier gets up and just puts it in, and we're tied at 23. Whistle and a foul.
Technical foul, Lucas Altmaier. Notre Dame substitutions, 5 Jaden Becker, 24 Chase Marks.
Timeout here taken by the Warriors with the score 23-23. St. Luke's, the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. during these extraordinary times. You can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. Again, hope you're enjoying our coverage tonight. Our D11sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Sean Kelly in the house, pushing the right buttons, Sports Fan Base Network. You know, Ben, we got Kieran, we've got AJ, also down in Pottsville. Dave Micah in the house. Matt Province down there, handling the fort. We've got a couple of student reporters there as well. And then tomorrow we'll flip-flop, and tomorrow we'll do something that has not been done before. Tomorrow we will have an all-student broadcast. It will be Tyler Carlbon, who graduated from Wilson last year, doing play-by-play. Derek Moore from Allen doing color. And then we'll have Kieran Lincheski as one of our courtside reporters, and we may even have another courtside reporter as well for our students. So changing up a little bit, Ben.
That's it's exciting news, though. I think that's what this whole program is building towards, and it's going to be a great opportunity for those kids.
23-23 with 2 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock.
Big spark by Altamira, not just scoring, but being able to come in, rebound, make those kind of hustle plays. Those are the things that come up huge in these playoff games.
Rogers with the basketball. And he goes in, and that one's just knocked away. Howlett had an angle for the basket, but that one just got taken away from him.
Really impressed by Gibson's understanding of the ebbs and flows of the game. He wanted to get out and run there, realized he had nothing, was able to bring it back out.
Yeah. Whistle on a foul. There was an opportunity there for sure.
And being able to make that decision opens up that ability to get a good shot. As number 12, Caden Stem is able to use his big body to get to the rim. And that's something that Coach Glovis talked about. Making sure that they take their time and get a good shot. And that was a good possession there.
So Stem is at 50% from the free throw line, misses the first. Excuse me, made the first, made the second.
Wilson coming out with a little 2-2-1 pressure here.
Down to 1:35 on the clock. A 2-point game. And that another turnover. Turnover's really been the difference so far here in the first half. And it's still a tight game.
Yeah, it really has been. And that 2-2-1, they didn't get anything in the full court, but it made Notre Dame push their pace a little bit and make a mistake at the other end.
That one knocked away. And it remains Wilson basketball.
And I think Wilson, since the get-go, and something that's different from the last game, is realize that they have the size advantage, and they're really trying to play through the post here in this first half.
That one slapped away. As we get down to the final minute of the first half. Winner will either get Suddenly High or Palmerton. That's their nightcap. I believe Pat Boyle was calling for a 3-second in the lane, but he gets a call. That's a nice little shot there by Caden Stem.
Yeah, Stem's another one of those big bodies, and they all seem super capable to be able to do anything with the basketball.
Oh, Howlett, everything but the basket. On the rebound, Vassallo, no. Ball loose, Howlett. It's got to be a traveling call. Not called. And instead, it's Wilson 2-on-2 coming the other way. And then bumped off the ball by Jaden Becker. Wilson will get the ball out of bounds.
A couple missed opportunities there for Notre Dame in transition, and then on that offensive rebound, they're going to have to finish those off with all the turnovers that they've been having.
Final 12 seconds. Down to 7 on the clock. We have to put one up here. He does. That one gets tipped. And it counts. If it goes, it does not. 27-23 is your score in favor of the Wilson Warriors.
Yeah, I'm not sure that last shot is what Coach Glovis wanted.
So 27-24 is your score. And with that, Kieran Lancheski is with head coach Mike Glovis. Kieran?
Thanks, guys. Here with Warriors head coach, Coach Glovis. Coach, thoughts on the first half?
It's a complete battle, as you see. It's everybody, every play is like fought for every basket. It's just been a battle to this point. We got to keep, fighting and keep our motor running on every play. We let up, they beat us, and that's what we got to, keep going.
You talk about getting lit up. What needs to happen in the second half to get the outcome you want?
Well, we just have to keep playing great defense. Defense will lead us to its win. So we got to do that and take the opportunities and play smart offensively.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Guys, back to you.
All right, Kieran, thanks a lot. And we thank Coach Glovis for taking a minute there out of his time. Actually, I had a chance to say hi to his mom at the same time. That was more important. Great gesture there. 27-23, you're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Back after this.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil, delivery you can count on.
St. Luke's that trust is the foundation of all relationships. It's earned over time. It's the type of relationship you should have with your healthcare team. While our healthcare needs are different, one thing is constant. St. Luke's is focused on building a lasting relationship with you, earning your trust and putting your well-being first. When it comes to great healthcare, trust is essential. St. Luke's, the care you trust, now more than ever. At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
We are back. 27-23 is your score. It is Wilson on top here at the half in this one. Nashawn Jones with 9, 5 points for Gibson, 2 points for Shunk, 4 points for Stem, Shaw with 4, and Westbrooks with 3. A point for Brendan Boyle, 4 points for Rosalo, 9 points for Howlett, 2 points for Marks, and 7 points for Altmaier. And interesting because I had a little wager with Eric Snyder, but I forget. See, you make these wagers and then you forget. I'm going to have to wait till the second game. I'm not even going to say anything.
This was the warm-up.
This is the warm-up. That's it. You're right. So Coach Snyder always sweeps the floor in between, at the half. And I'm going to get him at the end of the game, getting into the second one. I gave him 3 minutes and 50 seconds over-under. I'm taking the over. He's already complaining that he had a year off last year because of COVID and couldn't do all this stuff. So he wanted 4 minutes and plus. So
yeah, the second time around, too, he might be a little tired. So.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe I'm going to go with the under then. Oh, no, the over. I don't even know.
Stick with the over.
Stick with the over. If you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, and photography, check out D11sports.com. Follow your dream and get close to the action. And take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at D11sports.com. St. Luke's, the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training and individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. Now with that, we're going to get our sideline crew here ready. Kieran Lincheski from Notre Dame, AJ Monsman from Southern Lehigh. They have their halftime thoughts, and we go down to Kieran now.
Thanks, guys. Here with AJ Monsman again. AJ, thoughts on the first half?
Kieran, I thought it was a high-scoring first half. It came out, both teams looking to score. Wilson on that 6-0 run early, but, Notre Dame fought back, hitting some big three-pointers. And, Coach Boyle talked about neutralizing the boards, and they've done a pretty good job at that. Not many second-chance points by both teams, but, high shooting percentages, a lot of points, and I don't think anything will change going into the second half.
And I'd have to agree on that because it is that high shooting percentage. So looking forward to a good second half. Guys, back to you.
All right, Kieran. All right, AJ, thanks a lot. And, what they're talking about, too, is, let's even dive into more, the rebounding edge for Wilson and what they have done and getting those second chances. That all being said, Notre Dame's in this game down only by 4. Your thoughts of the first half?
I do think it's going to come down to those two things. The extra shots, which come from the turnovers and from the offensive rebounds. I think that Vassallo, when he came in there, kind of solidified things for Notre Dame inside. So I think the bigger worry for Notre Dame now is the turnovers. And hopefully, going into the second half, they'll, settle in a little bit. But if you're Wilson, you want to maybe kind of jump on that. They pressed one time, and they were able to get a turnover. I think if they kind of stick with that, that might, get them into a little bit bigger of a lead here.
Now, as far as Colonial League past champions, 95 when they first started, I talk about we're at Catasauqua, so we might as well, talk about Catasauqua. They lost in 95 to Salisbury and 96 to Salisbury before winning against Southern Lehigh in 97. 3 in a row for Saucon Valley, and that was a great time watching those games and really broadcasting those games, with Robbie Thompson and now I can't think
Mark
of,
Hollum.
Yes, Mark Hollum, who went to the Air Force. And, one quick story about Mark Hollum, and I'll still say it to this day. He's always say Mr. DiCarlo. I'm like, you could just say Al. He goes, okay, Mr. DiCarlo. He's just one of my favorite players that I've ever broadcasted games, Mark Hollum. The last couple of years, last year it was banger, 83-75 over Notre Dame. Of course, in 2020, it was Southern Lehigh. I think you were coaching back then.
I was
coaching. That was a long time ago, 2 years ago, against Banger 70-51. And then also the year before, I don't know what happened, if you guys all went to sleep or what, because it was a real low-scoring game at 36-32. You and Braun were sleeping at that time, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he kind of slowed the game down a little bit. He used to play that zone, and we always struggled mightily against zone. So it was a good game. It was most of the scoring was done in the second half.
It's funny. We know Braun's watching. I'm getting a text. You're getting a text. We're both on a group text. But he's texting you about me, and me. He doesn't realize we're sharing this stuff.
I think he's taking advantage of me because he knows I can't text and talk at the same time. I can barely just hold it together just talking.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half of basketball. It's 27-23. Warriors on top. Back after this.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil. Delivery you can count on.
We are back. We are at the half, and let's take a look at the standings. how they finished up. Notre Dame at 9-1. Of course, they won the East Division, and Southern Lehigh just really cruised their way. Losing out of the gate 3 out of 4 to start, and Ryan Ware taking over for you, Ben, has done just a tremendous job. Ken Termini's seen his team. On a couple occasions, we'll see those two go up against each other. That's going to be a battle tonight, despite the first 2 games that the scores were made.
Yeah, I mean, Southern Lehigh had a fantastic regular season. I mean, they played incredible in the Colonial League, and Palmerton has been playing well as of late. And Coach Termini has been in his basement somewhere watching every ounce of film he's got on Southern Lehigh. So he's going to have something for them when they come out and play tonight.
And we are underway. Second half. Winner gets either Southern Lehigh or Palmerton. It's 27-23 Wilson. They led 12-9 after 1. On a kick out, wide open look at a 3. Will not drop for Westbrooks.
That was a good first shot for the quarter, and now they get another chance here with the offensive rebound.
And that one gets knocked away. Good job defensively by Howlett.
I think that was the right call. I saw it go off his leg, and Kevin Boylan couldn't see it, but Frankie D'Angelo was able to see it from his vantage point. At least I think it went off his leg. It's kind of close.
Again, want to thank Tom Mole for his hospitality tonight. Howlett.
Now you can see Notre Dame, Boyle hasn't even touched the ball yet, and so they're running their offense. I think they're trying to figure it out a little bit, being able to run their offense with him more so as a decoy.
Well, they decoy it there right to Jaden Becker.
Yeah, they had Boyle in the corner, so nobody was helping off of him, and that opened up that layup chance there. They didn't even throw him the ball there, so they maybe were trying to keep it out of his hands to eliminate any turnover opportunities and really use him as a decoy.
That one short, second effort, whistle and a foul. Boyle had scored, in the 40s on a couple occasions, had 45 this year against Saucon Valley. 1,804 points coming in, if my numbers are correct.
And here's Wilson just imposing their will inside. Notre Dame just does not have size to match up with them. And we saw that, kind of hit them pretty hard in that Southern Lehigh game earlier in the year as well.
Stem 4 for 4 from the free throw line. 29-25. If I'm not mistaken, Notre Dame has never led. They tied the score twice, but have never led the game. But we've seen that in the girls' game too. Wilson led one time, and they ended up beating Notre Dame. I believe it was 13-0 down the stretch to knock out the Crusaders and put the Warriors in action tomorrow. 3 is good. Second three-pointer by Nashawn Jones.
And now Wilson's really able to lock in defensively here. Again, if they can continue to get good shots, that was a good offensive possession. They were patient after they got that steal.
Quick pass by Boyle down underneath, but they can't convert. And we'll go the other way. Fade on the shot. That one does go for Shunk.
And again, they're just being patient, and Coach Glofus is calling the calls out on the sideline, and they're really just pounding it inside. They're just waiting for guys to get the spots. I think Notre Dame's going to have to try and do something defensively here because they can't just wait around here being down 9.
Yeah, biggest lead of the game is 9 at this point. You take a look.
Yeah, so he just dribble into the corner. They run a curl screen and then hit the screen or just flash into the ball. It was a tough shot, though, even though they were able to get it to that area. That was a tough fadeaway.
Yeah, no doubt. 34-25, third quarter brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 Athletics. Mention you heard them on the D11 Sports Game broadcast and receive $25 off your next delivery. So a 9-point deficit here for the Crusaders with the basketball. 5 and change remaining. Boyle as they go for the takeaway. And that one off the mark. That was Jaden Becker.
That would have been a big shot for them to go down. Cut this back to 6.
Three off the mark by Gibson. We get a jump ball. Possession goes to the Crusaders.
And Gibson is a great shooter with 50 on the year, but I still think they're getting whatever they want inside. They could have been a little bit more patient. We got another touch in the post.
In a lane, 1 on 3 and 1. Well, you mentioned the 3 would have been big earlier. They didn't get it there, but they get the 3-point possibility here.
Yeah, and that's why that previous shot by Gibson was, so important, because now, again, they get another chance to cut it to 6 here. And, Notre Dame, despite Brendan Boyle scoring those games of 40 or whatever they were, they've scored in the 90s. They got guys that can get into a flow and get this game back to where they want it to be.
Yeah, I talked to Ken Termini about that not 90-point loss, but 90 points given up, whatever, and I said, how was that game played? He goes, no, all the credit in the world. He said, they just played lights out. Notre Dame had a great opportunity there and won.
That's just a great individual move. He was able to Euro step, keep the ball high, take the contact, and finish. Great move by Gibson. He can do anything he wants in the open court.
Gibson now with 7.
Gibson 1 shot. The substitution is 12, Colin Doyle, 24, Chase Marks.
This to make it a double-digit lead, and it does. So 37-27 Warriors as we approach the 4-minute mark.
Here's pressure again by Wilson. And I think especially with that 10-point lead, if Wilson can continue to pressure them, Notre Dame's so accustomed to Boyle with the basketball in his hands.
Rogers to inbound. Can't get that one to fall. It was Vassallo. .335 left in the third. Game 1 of 2.
Chase Marks.
I always say in games like this, and again, it's semifinal, it's not a championship, but at the same time, to get to a championship, you always want all your players at 100%. It doesn't happen, and, we know that. It doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah. And it's tough to be able to figure out as you get going. And the biggest, when we were making some of our runs, these games were the more nerve-wracking games to get into the championship. Once you were in the championship, you were a little bit more relaxed. So I think that's weighing on both these teams a little bit right now to try to find their full confidence.
Baseline jumper, that one's good. Jones now with 14. And a 12-point lead, 34-27. From the corner, Rogers Much needed.
Yeah, they definitely needed that. Because talk about feeling their confidence, I think Wilson is slowly getting there.
39-30. Nice dish down underneath. That's why you're the quarterback of the football team. You can see the field over to Shunk from STEM.
Yeah, really impressive the way that these three big guys, they seem like they're three big guys for Wilson, are able to find one another in their offense.
Approaching a 2-minute mark. And that one taken away. You know, I asked you this while we have a quick stoppage here. I asked you this early on. And it may have been the first game we live streamed. This is Parkland and Liberty. And I said, did you miss it? And, you know, do you miss it? And you're like, well, you know. All right, now we're in the playoffs. Do you miss it?
I don't. Like I said, the biggest part I miss is being in the gym every day and being at practice. But the nerves of these situations and never being able to stop thinking about it is welcoming. Being able to see it from a different light and being able to actually enjoy all of these games and not have to try to pick it apart has been fun.
Jones on the rebound. And Jones straight to the window. Can't convert. Howlett with a rebound. Over to Boyle. Boyle. Try to find Chase Marks. Couldn't handle it.
The pace of this now is just really laying into the hands of Wilson, and I'm sure they're going to talk it over to know that this 11-point lead can build if they can just keep doing what they're doing.
What have you feel the difference has been?
I just don't think that Notre Dame can get into a flow offensively, and you know that's what Coach Glovis talked about. He said they got to just keep playing good defense, and then on the offensive end, Wilson has been able to get pretty much whatever they want going to the basket, getting the touches inside in the post. And I don't think they did that as much in that last meeting.
Well, it's 41-30, an 11-point lead. The biggest lead was 12 at 39-27. If you're watching us here at G11sports.com. Game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. We'll also get a chance to watch some of the Schuylkill League playoffs down at Martz Hall. And playing at Martz Hall, and just broadcasting at Martz Hall is one thing. Playing at Martz Hall is something else. I mean, it's a great venue. It
really is. It's one of the best in the area, and it's always fun to play. I think it's always more fun to play there than it is, anywhere else.
Down to 1:30 on the clock.
Notre Dame starting to trap here.
Nice pass. Now they're starting to get Nashawn Jones loose. And he's been dangerous.
Yeah, Wilson showed a lot of composure there with the constant doubling that Notre Dame was employing there, and they were able to find Jones.
Boyle is so used to going so fast. One time he went a little bit too fast. Again, he has to be so frustrated.
Yeah, to not be able to play it, like you said, full strength, it's got to be really frustrating for him.
Wow. Shamel Gibson put it in overdrive.
And we said we got it that, Notre Dame's got to do something different, but now they're opening up, lanes for Wilson to be able to get to the basket. So as more and more that Notre Dame extends, more lanes that's going to open up for Gibson and Jones to get to the basket.
Mike Glovis was all fired up on the sideline.
Yeah, I think he thought that Gibson got fouled there. I think he did as well.
I want to thank Mike Glovis Jr. also for getting me the numbers. A lot of preparation for these games. People don't realize.
I can't believe you're able to do it for as many games as you do.
All I'm confused. Who's playing? Here's Boyle. That one gets tipped. Driving the lane. Rogers, he thought he got fouled. And instead an outlet the other way. May have to take a timeout here. Shaw with the basket. 17-point lead.
Yeah, Notre Dame just does not look like they have the firepower tonight to be able to match up with this.
Howlett. That's the last thing you want to do with the time expiring.
But that's going to, did he call it after the shot?
Well, I think he called it during the shot. He's on the line here.
Yeah, I think I wasn't sure. Oh, he was checking to see how much time was. But yeah, I mean, this is just not smart. Your team is up 17, and you're giving them a chance to cut it to 14, and that's a believable number to come back from. 17, you round that up to 20 going into the fourth quarter. This is going to be a huge play if he's able to knock these three down.
No question. Here's Howlett.
Yeah.
Misses the first. Makes one. Has one more here. And makes 2 of 3. Yeah. So 47-32 is your score after 3. 15-point lead by Wilson. We'll come right back. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil, delivery you can count on.
We are back through 3 quarters, a 15-point game. Ben, your thoughts?
It's going to be a battle here for the next 2-3 minutes, and that's going to decide whether or not Notre Dame's going to be able to fight and get back in this, and whether or not Wilson's going to continue to play smart. I've been really impressed with that in that third quarter with what they were able to do to extend this lead to 15. And now they start with the basketball, so this is a big possession here starting the fourth quarter.
So underway here in the fourth. Waiting in the wings. Southern Lehigh and Palmerton. And count it. Boyle did everything he could with one hand and some. Thought he had it. Ball gets turned over, and Anthony Shaw, you talked about Anthony Shaw before.
Yeah, and this is a big-time finish here in a big spot by Shaw. I mean, like you said, that was going to be a big play if Notre Dame was going to be able to get a turnover, and then it just they weren't able to complete it, and it turned into an easy bucket at the other end.
(50-32) here in the fourth. Nice spin move, boy. Seeing great things. Altmaier. By the way, Altmaier is shooting 81% from the field. I got that from Coach Boyle, which is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I mean, that was a great spin move and a good finish with that right hand being able to flip it in. And now Notre Dame's going to have to double constantly. And if Wilson can take care of the basketball, they're going to be able to get those shots at will.
I saw, we walked in, Bob Frankenfield was in the house as well. Frankenfield, 481 and 412. Got his 300th win against Catasauqua in 2003, his 400th win against Saucon Valley.
Yeah, he had one impressive run over there at Wilson, laying the groundwork for a long time for this team.
He got his 450th win against Salisbury in 2013. Howlett, no. That one just taken right away. Great job there by Rogers. They got numbers coming the other way. Over to Howlett, makes the move and scores.
Good finish. Now they got to continue to try to string those kinds of plays together. And if you're Wilson on the other end, just take care of the basketball. Make the easy play.
It's the Nate Sean Jones show. He's got 20. 19 the first meeting, 16 the second meeting.
Wilson's not over-dribbling, taking the easy passes, and it's ended up in Jones' hands, and obviously he's capable of finishing.
Foul by Boyle.
2-on-1 here. Really hard foul there by Boyle. Shaw's able to shake it off and step up here.
Substitution 5 with Jaden Becker.
So 6 minutes left in the fourth. Shaw can't convert, however. I'll tell you what, one player that's not giving up at all is right there, is Altmaier.
Yeah, and he could have, he could have just gone up with that, but he had the patience to stay down and know that he was going to get to the foul line if he was able to get somebody up in the air.
Substitution 14, Brady Westbrook.
(54-37) your score. Altmaier. And the toss. Count it for Anthony Shaw. He's got 5 in the quarter, 11 for the game. Altmaier, 2 more.
It's impressive how quick he's able to get right up to the rim. I mean, he's finishing very close to the rim, and he gets there quickly.
56-40.
Here he is driving baseline off that pass from Howlett. He gets up real quickly, no wasted motion, right to the rim. But Wilson, on the other hand, is taking care of business with the pressure.
12-9 after 1, 27-23, 47-32 at the end of 3, and right now 56-40. A 16-point game.
Yeah, there's still a lot of time left, so, as much as Wilson is able to finish, they got to make sure that they get stops because 16 is still within striking distance. You got 2 threes, it's a 10-point game, and then everybody's,
Well, I keep saying the same thing, Benny. You get to that 4-minute mark, and you get within single digits, get that 10-9 mark, it's game on.
Yeah, then it's manageable.
Boyle stays on the bench here. Again, 1 point tonight, averages 24.2. He was voted the MVP of the league. Not a surprise. It's just been tremendous. The all-time leading scorer, the great Jeff Daly. Saw his dad here earlier tonight, 1742 back in 2004. Speaking of Pottsville and Martz Hall, remember that 2004 when I was broadcasting a game in Pottsville and I got a tap on the shoulder, and it was Daly. He said, hello. He's just that kind of kid.
Yeah, he was a great kid. He was a great player as well.
(56-40) is your score here in the fourth. The first question that was asked, Coach Boyle, kind of, is Brendan going to play? And, he even when he emailed us, he said he really, really wants to play. But,
Yeah, I don't think he was even sure if he was going to play even before the game.
Wow. Jones has 3 threes. He's got 23 right now.
How many does he have in this quarter, do you know?
He has 7 in the quarter. Biggest lead of the game now, 19. At that point, Altmaier, I thought we should just take it. He's been hot. Hallett, a little runner in the lane.
Now Notre Dame needs a stop.
He's got 16.
If they don't get a stop here, it's going to be really challenging to get back into this. Jones is open in the corner again.
That one's short. And the outlet pass, waiting, assessing, and scoring is Becker. 59-44.
And Notre Dame doesn't need to foul there. They need to make Wilson continue to turn the basketball over. Now they get a couple seconds here to talk with one another, huddle things up, get some direction from Coach Clovis.
Brady Westbrooks, the freshman, scored 14 in the second meeting. He's got 3 free throws tonight. Misses the free throw. It becomes interesting here. Huge possession here for the Crusaders. Sounds crazy, but it is. Rogers
Nice
goes
pass.
to Altmaier. He can't get that one to go. Lost a fingertip, or on his fingertips.
We just talked about how well he's been finishing, and that was probably the easiest look he had all night.
They go for the trap. They get the ball. Get right back to Altmaier. Waits, sends it back. They'll reset here on the offense. That one gets knocked away. Picked up again by Rogers. Go to the corner. Howlett for 3. No. Boy, a great opportunity on a couple of occasions there.
Yeah, that was the possession that was going to get him back into it.
That one knocked away. And extra steps.
Yep. And these are the kinds of things, if you're Wilson and you feel like you're going to be able to go into that championship game against Southern Lehigh or Palmerton, those are the kinds of things that got to make sure that you're
13. They lost a banger in overtime, 51-47, in a crazy game that was played there. Notre Dame, obviously we said they were in the championship last year, and last time before that was 2014 when they beat Catasauqua 60-58. You like the little sheet I have here,
I do. I like I'm trying to remember back to all those years. I believe that was who? That was when they had Tanner Reed, maybe?
Are we talking about Wilson?
No, Notre Dame.
Oh, in 14. Oh, boy. I could pop up my roster
Yeah.
right now. I still have it.
And Vincent Ezzi. And then this was the year Wilson. That's the year they had.
Pierfy, right?
No, Pierfy was after that. I forget what his name was. But he was a really good player. That was the year before I took over at Southern Lehigh.
Give me my sheet back. Stop stealing that stuff. So 59-44 is your score. Bob Luster taken out of this game, even though you got the rivalry and, you know, when you have the best player in the league and, you know, one of the best players in the area, not at 100%. See how they finish up here. 3 minutes. Anything's possible. That one knocked away. So Notre Dame's had chances here. Right
Good
to
finish.
the window. Howlett. He's got 6 in the quarter. He's got 18 for the game. There's plenty of time here.
There is plenty of time. They got to get a turnover here.
The next foul will be a double bonus.
Yeah, the foul situation is not going to help this situation, but They're going to have to continue. They've exerted so much energy just to try to stay, get back into this point. You can tell that they look tired.
They tried to foul. They couldn't get it. They get it over to Stem, and instead Stem scores.
And that's the patience that you want to see out of Wilson in these situations.
Here's Howlett. Oh, Howlett. He's got 8. 61-48 with 1:58 on the clock.
Here's Hallett with a good step through a couple guys. It looks like he buckled his knee there a little bit. Hopefully he'll be all right to finish this out because they need him to score some points.
First game went to Wilson 76-71. Second game went to Notre Dame 71-54. Fourth quarter game being brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletes. Mentioned you heard him here on the D11 Sports game broadcast and receive $25 off your next oil delivery. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care.
Every time I look up at that clock, I feel like there should be less time. Still some time here.
Well, they go for the home run pass, and they'll get that over to Gibson. That one almost got taken away instead of whistling a foul. That'll be a 2-shot foul. Cameron Bond in there to maybe get some fouls. Rogers checks back into the game. So Rogers has 3 tonight. He is lethal from behind the arc. He's got 46 three-pointers on the season. Well, 46 if you had the first one. So they miss. Rogers gets in there and gets the rebound.
Let's see if they can get an easy one here.
They'll get a wide open look here. They can't convert. And then a quick foul.
Yeah, Notre Dame has definitely had their chances. I just want to know what their shooting percentage has been. They really have not been able to knock down anything from the outside, and that does not help. That's also not the way that they usually play either.
Shunk.
And that's a credit to Wilson's defense, running them off the line and making them go to the basket, making them feel a little bit more uncomfortable from, their normal style of play.
So Mike Glover's team is 139 away from getting to the championship game. And that one's stolen away by Gibson, and Gibson goes in for 2. And that is lights out. Howlett down to 120. Ball loose again. Two more for Gibson.
Yep, I think Wilson can feel it now. You can see the smiles on the face. Jones has got to be a little smarter there. Realize you got another game to play.
Howlett drives through and scores 2 more.
Notre Dame's not going to just lie down, though. They keep coming at you.
That 3 will not go. Final 45 ticks.
Shaw was trying to put the exclamation point on it.
I mentioned this before. You don't need to foul there. Time's winding down, but you're playing.
Yeah, but when you're
Romeo Russo, you're getting Shunk it was.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you're a high school kid. You're getting a chance to play in the semifinal game. You want to go all out the whole time.
So Marks. That one knocked away. Final 14 seconds.
I think Wilson's going to be content just to let the clock run out here.
Or are they?
I think that was. That's good.
And give you for Howlett 5 points. That spot here.
Both of
To that team, they had a great year and their effort. And
you got your league final.
No easy game. Southern Lehigh's been unbelievable. His first season, he's undefeated. So we have our hands cut out. Our job cut out for us. No matter who wins, they're both great teams. We're glad to be here to represent Wilson. We're proud for our school, and I'm proud of our team tonight. They did a good job.
All right, congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, AJ.
And with that,
One second.
we will bring in Nashawn Jones, and we'll be back to Kieran.
Congratulations. Thank you. All right, I'm here with the 11 sports player of the game, Nashawn Jones. Nashawn, 23 points tonight. Just talk about your effort tonight and how you guys played.
To be honest, we played phenomenally. I feel like we did what we needed to do. We crashed the boards. We got back on D. We played as a team. We didn't play as a single individual. We played as a team. And that's what got us that dub today.
All right, you got the league finals coming up here. How are you going to prepare? Get ready. You got a big one Friday.
I feel like we just got to get back in the lab. We got to lift. We got to get stronger. We got to work on free throws. That's one thing that we messed up on. We missed a lot of free throws that could have been sealed the game. But I feel like we just got to get in the lab. We just got to work, continue to eat, because we're hungry for this win.
All right, Nashawn, congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Congratulations to them is correct. Stick around for our next game as we are covering Southern Lehigh and Palmerton. Guys, back to you.
Great job by AJ. Great job by Kieran tonight. Final score, once again, 67-53. Great job by Sean Kelly, Sports Fan Base Network. Hope you enjoyed the first game. Wilson into the championship for the first time since 2013. The nightcap will feature Southern Lehigh and Palmerton, and we'll have that in about 20 minutes if you're watching us here live on a Tuesday night. For Ben Tannis and everyone here at D11sports.com, I'm Aldi Carl saying so long. Final score, once again, 67-53. Wilson into the championship.